Today we are going to talk about the basic differences between felonies and misdemeanors in Georgia. As many of you probably know, many states classify crimes in different ways. For instance, many states have Class A felony, Class B felony, Class C felony, or Class 1, Class 2, Class 3. Georgia doesn't really do that. There are some crimes that have differing degrees, like burglary in the first or burglary in the second, but that's for a different discussion today than the one we're having today. We have two primary designations and then a couple of things that I want to mention off of that are kind of related to that. Well, we have misdemeanors and we have felonies. Those are the two big ones that follow a general sentencing kind of a range, and then there are a couple spin-offs from that. So first, misdemeanors. Generally, misdemeanors are considered less serious. Now, that doesn't mean they can't have real-life impacts. However, the sentencing range is really reflective of the difference in severity. A typical misdemeanor in Georgia is punishable by up to 12 months in the county jail and a $1,000 fine, or perhaps both. So you're looking at, if you had one misdemeanor, the worst possible outcome as far as a fine and sentence goes of 12 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Now, there are some exceptions to that, or not really exceptions, but there's a subsection of misdemeanors called high and aggravated misdemeanors. Those crimes are punishable by also 12 months in jail, but the big difference you see is an increase in the available fine. Prosecutors can seek and judges can sentence someone convicted of a high and aggravated misdemeanor up to a $5,000 fine to go along with that 12 months in jail. Now, felonies have a much wider range when it comes to the available punishments, and they're very dependent on the crime itself. Felonies can range anywhere from minimums of 1 year in prison, and that can be probated, so essentially 1 year on probation, all the way up to the death penalty, right? So, and those are thankfully getting more rare and more rare, but felonies can range substantially, right? Now there are a couple of every crime is treated differently, right? Where there's some crimes may be punishable from 1 to 5, aggravated assault, for instance, 1 to 20. We have kind of the spinoff group of the 7 deadlies that are murder, rape, aggravated sodomy, aggravated sexual battery, aggravated child molestation, armed robbery, and kidnapping. And those crimes are not even going to be parole eligible unless you get a life sentence. So if you, for instance, get sentenced to 40 years on those, there's no parole consideration. And there's that is more for a sentencing video later down the road, but the real differences are felonies, you're looking at prison time, misdemeanors, jail time, fines for felonies can be much higher, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and misdemeanors in the county jail. And the fines for regular misdemeanors only $1,000 up to, and a high and aggravated is $5,000. So those are the big differences between felonies and misdemeanors. This is kind of a Crim Law 101 video. I think we're going to do some more of those. If you have any questions, feel free to call us or text us at 470-635-1725. Again, Ryan Brown here, J. Ryan Brown Law, located in downtown Newnan. And feel free to reach out to us with any questions.